Good evening, collective. This is Anna from Anna Transylvania's Tarot Room, and this is your collective pick a card for the month of July. Okay, we're gonna be in July here in a couple of days here, and I wanted to make your collective pick a card and put it up before July comes so that you guys can actually allow yourselves to have a little bit of time, okay? So I'm going to have one of these every month, and then we're still going to have your weekly collectives and all of that. But this is your pick a card for those of you who want one of these things, okay? All right. So without further ado, pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, okay? Pile number 1 has this beautiful, beautiful card that is Jupiter, and it says abundance, okay? And it's got, okay, a milky quartz. You want to see it over here. It's a milky quartz. I think this is actually the sulfur quartz. Okay, so that's sulfur quartz. It's a little bit of a whiter specimen of sulfur quartz. Normally they're kind of yellowy. Okay, and for those of you who like to pick by zodiac sign, whether it's yours or a companion's or something, the zodiac signs for this pile number 1, are Gemini, Aries, Cancer, and Virgo. Okay? Pile number 2 has the card square, semi-square, and quincunx, and it says tension. It's got 2 birds fighting with each other. Okay? And you guys have the beautiful carnelian with the little lines on it. If you can see it, I don't know if you can see it. Okay. It's a little white on the other side. Okay. It's card number 54 in case you want to pick with that. And we have the signs of Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. Okay. This one is the pile of opposites. Okay. I'm calling it that just now. Okay. And then pile number 3. Okay. You guys have the moon with perception. And we have a little bit of, I think this is a green quartz. I think it's a green quartz. I don't think it's an aventurine. I think it's a green quartz. Or aventurine, not adventuring, but whatever. They like to adventure anyway. And we have the signs of Libra, Capricorn, Pisces, and Sagittarius. All right, guys. Well, without further ado, okay, go ahead. Maybe you can pause me, pick your pile, and I will see you in your piles. Okay? All right, bye. Good evening, pile number 1, and welcome to Anna Transylvania's Tarot Room. This is me, Anna, with your July pick a card reading. Welcome, pile number 1. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, how are you doing, pile number 1? Okay, so without further ado, let's get into your reading. Pile number 1. So you guys had the planet Jupiter with abundance, and you guys had the sulfur quartz. So in these cards, they're astrology cards. They're very beautiful astrology cards. They're called Astro Star Codes by Heather Roan Robbins. Okay, they're some of my favorites because they are so pretty. Okay, so in these cards, Jupiter is the planet of abundance. In astrology, Jupiter is the planet of abundance, but it's also the planet of personal philosophy and travel. We're starting a little bit of a journey as a collective on this channel about personal philosophy. Okay, so I'm still in June. This is your July reading. Okay, so let's see what it's saying. It was talking in the other collective reading I did for the end of June. Oh, well, okay. Pile number one, please. Okay, pile number one. Okay, good job. So pile number one, it looks like you guys are already sort of taking care of business, okay? You guys are self-caring. You're allowing the universe to sort of take care of you. Things don't seem very fast in the month of July because you've taken care of yourself. All right, pile number one. Okay. Okay. We like this. Whenever there's like a negative card followed by the death card, it's like, yes, you know, the the thing is coming to an end. Pile number one, it seems like you guys are having kind of an insurmountable obstacle for yourselves, okay? It feels like just when one struggle ends, like you translate that to another struggle, okay? Now, you guys kind of feel stuck over here. This is like the energy of being stuck. We'll see how we can unstick you, okay? So for those of you who actually watched the collective, you see how these two cards are not coming in. It is because you have this recurring thing. So in the month of July, you're not gonna be, you're like, how can I dream big if I don't have all this money, if I don't have this, if I don't have that? And it's sort of holding you back, okay? That type of a thinking. So it's all in your mind. It's saying the reason that you're not getting the abundance that you want, you're still getting some. You're still getting like some health benefits this month and everything like that. But the reason you're not getting it how you want it this month, okay? All right. So the reason you're not getting how you want this month is because you have some lack thoughts in your mind. Now, because I happen to know astrology, okay, I'm an astrologer as well, I will tell you, pile number one, okay, this can have to do with patterning from your parents, grandparents, whoever that it is that you grew up with, okay? This can be patterning that needs to end, patterning that needs to come to an end about your finances, okay? It's all in your mind. Like you've learned this from a very young age. This can be number four, so this could be an imum coeli. This to me, this card reminds me of the imum coeli. It's like the thing that we think is insurmountable, we have to surmount at some point. The thing that we think that it's immovable, that this is just how we are and we're just gonna, it's saying you gotta transform this mental state. It is only, it reminds me of that Selena Gomez song, I forgot I was a bad bitch. um, I broke all the rules because they were only habits. So you have a habit here, pile number one, of holding on to things for too long until you get really, really stuck. Okay. So, which is weird to say about an Aries, for example, which is one of the signs that this pile reflects. Okay. It's really weird to say that about an Aries, that you get stuck in certain mindsets and everything like that. Sometimes Aries can be a little bit obsessive because you guys are super motivated, so you're obsessive about a goal until it finally comes to an end. Okay. But you're generally not the the stuck kind. All right. But you guys also have the self-care card here. So let's see. How do we get this pile? So okay, another interpretation over here. So that's just for some of you. This is just for absolutely some of you. I just got this like, boom, you gotta tell them about this. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you about this. This can be a spirit guide, like from your maternal side, like if you have a grandma or a mom or whatever, that's passed away, because some of you are older, okay? In no way, shape, or form am I a death predictor, by all means, but if you have somebody that is female, or this is a spirit guide that wants to tell you things, you know, and they're saying you're not listening because you're just stuck in this continuous cycle of like thinking about the things that you do have and how they're never going to be coming back around again or whatever. Okay. And it's very easy to fall prey to that, especially with the social climate that we have at the moment. All right. So let's talk about, I want to know about this mindset over here that we have to overcome. Yeah. Okay. Uh, Pile number 1, July. I swear. Okay. So pile number 1, like, I'm sorry, pile number 1. This is a really hard one. Okay. It's a really hard one for me. So just like a little bit of trigger warnings. Because this was from your childhood. Maybe you're like, you survived a divorce or like something happened to you and you had to like rely on sort of the kindness of strangers and you figured out that strangers are not that kind. um, and so you've learned these habits of like not showing your true face to anyone. Okay. But the next month, the July month, is based on you really going in. Okay, so this is the other collective reading that I did for the end of June. So the month of July is based on you being able to be vulnerable with other people. So basically showing a little bit of your true face. Okay. June is kind of preparing us for that. And I'm assuming that everybody's going to have kind of like a vibe like this where they have to show their true face. They have to, at least to themselves. So for you, it's just to you. You have to know who you are on the inside. So the cards are urging you to please kind of like, it's okay to continue in this pattern that you have because it's super ingrained. Okay, for some of you. For others of you, you guys no longer want to continue this way, and you're like, well, when am I going to be finished with this pattern? And the cards are telling you you're going to be finished with this pattern when you can be vulnerable, when you can let go in your mind of these things. You know, you have to realize that they're things from when you were young. Okay. So when you can let go in your mind, okay, in your mind, when you can let go and let the mind transform these things, that's when you're only going to be holding on to the essential. We're going to, clarify that card. But yeah, a lot of you in this pile number 1, feel like you would be taken advantage of for being too soft. Okay. But July requires, in order for you to capture your dreams or for you to be at least deciding to go in the direction of your dreams, the month of July requires you to bear yourself, at least to yourself and to the universe. You don't have to do it for anybody else. It's saying, don't have to do it for anybody else. Just you yourself need to know about your vulnerabilities and let yourself feel. Okay. Let yourself stop ignoring your needs, ignoring your emotional needs. Stop ignoring your emotional needs because you're just stuck in your head, because some things happened to you in the past. Okay. And there's no judgment here. I mean, this is really a difficult pattern here because you weren't allowed to be a kid when you were a kid. And now, whenever there's choices to be made, you guys are feeling the pressure and you're just coiling back inside. Okay. Disclaimer, not a psychologist, a tarot reader for entertainment purposes only. Okay. Let's see about this Queen of Cups. Yeah, you're supposed to mother yourself. That's why Aries is here. I'm talking to some of you who I know on a personal level, who are subscribed on my channel as well. Okay. Yeah, this is about that nurturing stuff. So in the month of July, especially Aries, is because you guys drive yourself nuts. Aries and Virgo, you guys drive yourself bananas. Okay. Trying to be perfect. You guys have to stop and nurture yourselves. Okay. However you can, however you feel like doing that. It's up to you. Okay. Yes. Beautiful. it is saying that if you tell yourself, hey, enough is enough, like I don't want to, it's basically saying to those of you who have been asking, well, when do I get to not have this pattern in my life? When do I get to finish with this thing, right? To those of you that have been asking that, it is saying you decide the moment. See? The King of Swords decides the timing of his actions, and he's very good and accurate like that, okay? So tell you something about each and single one of these signs that you guys have over here. Abundance is promised, first of all, because you have Jupiter with the abundance. So if you guys have been wanting to manifest certain things, especially money and resources and things, it's talking to you about you don't have an abundance mindset and you're too full of things that have happened and since have gone, that you need to just let go of them. You just need to tell the things, hey, I'm not dealing with you. I'm taking care of myself. I'm nurturing myself, okay? But each and every single one of these signs knows very well how to detach when they need to detach. And each and every single one of these signs is great at understanding when the time has come to make a move. Each and every single one of you over here. Gemini, Cancer goes with the flow, and they're very good at understanding when the flow is ended. They're guilty of holding on for too long. Gemini, you guys know how to work time magic. You guys know how to work, many things at once. And then boom, when the time comes, you're like, boom, it's done, because you're working many things at once. But you're prone to overthinking, so therefore holding on to a pattern to keep analyzing it and analyzing it and analyzing it, even though you know what the heck the answer is. Sometimes things require action, okay? Sometimes the action is actually getting clear about ourselves and our motives and detaching. Just detaching. Sometimes you just have to end, right? Okay. Aries, you guys tend to not nurture yourselves, okay? But you guys are very, very good at understanding when an opportunity has come around. And you're very good at starting on that opportunity. But you tend to, in order for you guys to like keep going and keep momentum, you tend to ignore your health needs. You tend to ignore your nurturing needs, okay? Virgo, you guys are great analyzers and you know exactly when the moment will strike prior to it striking. However, you can be prone to making plans upon plans upon plans before the moment has arrived, and therefore missing the moment because you're too busy making the plans, okay? So that's why it's saying you determine the timing of this when this abundance is coming in, okay? All of you signs over here, other signs too, if you guys are watching this pile, you're fine, okay? But if you picked by your zodiac sign, that's for you. But everybody who's watching this pile, it's your pile, okay? So don't worry if you're not one of these signs that I just went through, okay? It is saying you determine the timing of your actions. You have to take care of yourself. You have to let yourself be vulnerable, but you determine when that's going to happen. You have to show your heart a little bit. You have to show what you enjoy a little bit, okay? How is somebody supposed to give you? Okay, so Jupiter is the grand granter of wishes, okay? He's like a genie that gives abundance, right? How is he supposed to give you abundance if you don't tell him what the heck it is that you want, if you don't show joy, right? So I'm saying, please detach from this thing that's zapping your joy and your happiness, and then get clear about what your joy actually is right now. Now, what do you think it could be? Now, what do you think it should be? What it is right now, get very clear. So detach, get very clear about what your joy is like. So let yourself enjoy some of the month of July, okay? Nurture yourself. Be kind to yourself. Read a book, allow yourself to do something fun, okay? Even if you haven't achieved anything this month, that's an achievement in itself for all of you, okay? All right, that's enough for me with the advice. Okay, yes, it is saying this month is about boundaries. This month is about nurturing yourself and being selfish. To be fair, both of these cards can be quite selfish cards if they want to be. You're going through a major transformation. The Death card is a major transformation. So it's okay to be selfish. It's okay to take a month from the rest of your life, okay? It's okay to take 1 month to get clear about what your real desires are before you make a new move, before you go looking for something else to do, before you're starting something, okay? It's saying you're finishing a cycle in which you are doubting yourself, and you're finishing it willingly. You want to finish it. You're putting a stop to it, some of you, okay? So just take this time for you, okay, before you decide anything else. All right, so let's see. What is the Four of Pentacles about? Yes. So if you do these things, you're not going to have a Four of Pentacles. You're going to lay the foundation for the King of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles has lots of money. So taking the time this month is actually laying the foundation, a new foundation. That's not the foundation of a tower, okay? So it's actually laying down a new foundation, okay, for you to become the kings and queens you know you are. All right, so then what happens to the star that's upside down? If they let themselves nurture themselves, okay, yeah, they don't need new standards. Yeah, it's saying let's not get ahead of ourselves, okay, yeah, okay, so these were the cards, okay, so it's saying this month, it's not about putting a plan in place, okay, this month, it's about getting real with ourselves, with what our actual needs are. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, whatever our needs are, our real actual needs, get in touch with them. Okay? Get in touch with them. Put some boundaries on some people, situations, and everything like that. Really, really say to yourself, I have finished with that. Really empty out your trauma, okay? Empty the trauma. Tell the trauma no more from this day forward, okay? Whatever the day might be. So in July, please do that. All right, pile number one. That was a little intense. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. But look at what you have here, okay? I can. The Emperor, the King of Pentacles, okay? You don't need no 10 of Pentacles when you have the King of Pentacles and the Emperor. That's control. That's money. That's being at ease with being a leader. Some of you want to be leaders, okay? That's a lot of stuff. Some of you are getting a brand new job, but you're getting a level up, okay? But it requires you to be able to ask for it, to be able to be vulnerable and ask for it, instead of expecting other people to just give it to you. They don't know what you want, okay? All right, pile number one, like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to. If you made it to here, thank you very much. I love you all. I will see you on my channel at some point. Bye. Good evening, pile number two. This is Anna from Anna Transylvania's Tarot Room with your pick a card reading for the month of July. Okay? So, if you've picked pile number two, welcome. Welcome to your pile. Okay, I'm shuffling off camera, but I am still shuffling. Okay, shuffling the tarot. So, first of all, pile number two, you guys have the only card in the pile that is not out of the three piles. Okay, you're the only one that has an aspect. So you guys, this month, you guys are going to have kind of like a little bit of complexity to your life. Okay, this is how it's going to be really annoying. You guys are going to have like very kind of, these semi-square and square and everything like that, this aspect is very much like small things that need to be resolved. All right. So to recap, you guys had tension, and the signs for this pile. It's okay if you're not that same sign. It's just a way for people to pick. So some people pick by their zodiac sign. So the signs are Leo and Aquarius and Scorpio and Taurus. So I want to say a little word about that before we even start. So you see how there's two birds kind of fighting over here, and they're just like push, pull, push, pull. Okay. Both of these signs, like, so both Scorpio and Taurus, okay, both Scorpio and Taurus and Leo and Aquarius, they're opposites in the sky. So they're called, and that means that they balance each other out. Same with this thing, this aspect that you have, it says tension, but when people are face to face and they don't allow each other to have a point of view and they don't communicate with each other, it's very difficult not to have tension, okay? But the balance happens when some of these two signs are back to back. So there can be balance in this way, okay? So you guys have like the carnelian, and the carnelian is like passion, and like it really kind of calms down. I love carnelian. So it allows people to overcome difficult circumstances. It's a very good stone for that. I had a carnelian in one of my worst days of my life. I used to carry around a carnelian with me and just rub it. Okay. For some of you, that might be good for you. Like if you just get a carnelian and you give it a job to, like, alleviate circumstances and give you courage to get through the annoying parts, okay? None of these three, none of these four signs are actually very patient people, okay? Well, Taurus might be patient and Scorpio might be patient, but Leo and Aquarius, you guys are not patient. You want it now. And I understand, not all of us are the same. All right. Let me prattle on and on, geez. Okay. Let's see what is going on with you guys. Okay. Okay, pile number 2 for the month of July. Pile number 2 for, oh, hello. Pile number 2 for the month of July. Okay. Okay. You saw me shuffle. You heard me shuffle off camera. Let me make sure I've shuffled proper, okay? Pile number 2 for the month of July. Geez, they're giving me a whole entire pile. I'm going to put it off camera right here. You see it? I'm going to put it right there. And we're going to have for the month of July. Beautiful. Okay. So, pile number 2. You guys have been people pleasing for a very, very freaking long time, okay? Without being reciprocated. All right? So for a lot of you, you guys see this card right here? That's like the card of compromise, the card of keeping the peace, the card of like not, understanding that you're just a cog in a big machine, basically. And like the action that you can make is to keep the machine sort of running smoothly, and like you're the conflict solver, okay? So that's for a lot of you. You guys are the conflict solvers and the glue that keeps the things together, okay? But that requires a level of setting aside your ego, that requires a level of setting aside sometimes your wants and needs and aspirations. Sometimes it requires you. So a lot of you, it's saying, because you have been people pleasing and everything like that, you've been leaving aside your own personal goals, okay? This is a Leo card. This is a Scorpio card. Okay. We don't have an Aquarius just yet. I bet you we will. I bet you we will. We'll have Aquarius and Taurus. We have Aries, but we don't have the other two. It's fine. So, as an interpretation of this card, it is saying you guys are letting go of just personal goals and personal explorations in order to continue to make peace in between two camps that are fighting. To, like, you know how, like, when a parent is around and, like, the kids are just good and everything like that, and there's the parent where they feel like they can do whatever they want, and then they always get in trouble, and that always culminates in the parents sort of going, well, you guys have to apologize to each other, so that you can keep the peace, and the children just don't want to. That's the kind of energy that is here. It's like you have been doing it for so long that you kind of forgot, okay, that you also have needs, that you're also part of this unit. Okay, so the carnelian, okay, is a stone that can actually help with that. Okay, that can help you understand that sometimes your needs have to be important, and that you have to tell people, hey, like, solve it yourselves. Freaking, I don't want to tell you again how to solve it. Just solve it yourselves, MFers. Solve it yourselves, right? Because over here, you guys are just like, I'm the peacemaker, and it's making you want to run for the hills, really. Okay, it's making you run. Like, this guy is just running for the hills. He's like, heck to the no, am I gonna make them apologize again? Keep the. It doesn't matter who's coming to me. I don't care. I don't care anymore. Like, I just want to leave. Okay. And see, I just want to leave. This is like a leaving card. This is a leaving card. Like, so you just want to run away from these people, because at the end of this whole entire cycle for you guys, pile number 2, okay, you guys have realized that without you, there wouldn't be any peace. And you don't want that burden on your shoulders anymore. You're saying, I want to do me. I want to do what is right for me. And so you're looking at these guys, and you're looking how nobody appreciates it. Nobody appreciates it because you're just like behind the scenes, always making it work out for all of them. And now that it's working out for all of them, and they're all, at peace or whatever, they're sort of like turning their backs on you. And you're like, wow, I sacrificed how many years of my life for this? Like, what? Absolutely not, right? So you're just sort of like wanting to just fade into the background and be inside yourself. But look, we have some pretty big personalities as far as sign wise here. We have some pretty, you guys in this pile, number 2, even if you're not these signs, okay? Some people pick by sign, but you guys have big personalities. Like, the carnelian doesn't just come, like, you have moonstone and you have other things, like, they are very gentle and everything like that. They don't come for the big personalities, okay? I mean, moonstone sometimes does because it's a social being. But anyway, so I'm talking about you guys have the courage that is necessary already inside yourselves. You just haven't exercised it for a long time. You have the courage to stand on your own 2 feet, and you've been carrying these people, and now they're ignoring you because everything is going good for them. Okay? So you are being urged, okay? You and pile number 1 had these 2 cards in common. Okay? So if you want to watch pile number 1, if you're attracted to pile number 1, I would say watch pile number 1, okay? You're being urged to really take a look inside yourself, to really take a look at all of the things that you want, and allow yourselves to become in control of your own life. Sit in the seat of power in your own life. Be powerful by yourself, okay? If that's what you want. If what you want is to have control over your life and your domain and your home and clean your home and do these things and whatever, don't leave this this unit of people, okay, be it family, be it a job or whatever, you don't need mental peace. It's like, when can I have peace and quiet? You don't need that. What you need is for you to step into your own life and just let them to their own devices. They're ignoring you anyway. So just do you, okay? Be the emperor or the empress that you know that you can be, okay? Be in control. Be this person that is direct and tells other people what they want. They don't just like, do the walk of shame in the middle of the night, okay? They don't just do things and compromise their own integrity or whatever just to keep the peace in the places. Okay, they don't sacrifice themselves endlessly for others. That's also, this card can be like a liar and a thief card. So some of you have actually, sort of been betrayed a little bit, or betraying yourselves. And it's saying, don't leave, take control. Okay, so let's see what these cards are. Okay. Once again, pile number 1. Okay, go watch it if you want to. So these are the pile that fell down. Yeah, okay. Yes, beautiful. It is saying it is okay for you to work on your own mentality of lack. It's okay for you to go kind of slow because you're going through a huge transformation, okay? Huge, right? You can't transform or take everybody with you, and you know that. So you've been waiting here and everything like that. Don't just sit there waiting, okay? Don't sit there waiting. I know, Scorpio, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, hustlers, okay? You guys hustle a lot. If something is needed, you go get it. You manifest it out of thin air, okay? This is saying you're not going to be poor if you leave these people. They're of no help to you. They were keeping you out in the cold, and now it's time for you to slowly sort of walk away. If they keep up, they keep up, okay? Look, there's nothing like one of these 4 signs when they finally decide to move. Like, nothing stands in their way. And you guys know that, so you've been waiting for a long time. But now it's time to start moving forward, start going through your transformation. What are we transforming into over here? Okay, what are we transforming into? Sorry, there were some things. What are we transforming into? Oh, hello. There's going to be a little bit of chaos, okay? This is not all cut and dry like what I'm saying here. All right. Your cards keep like trying to pop out and everything like that. Of course, you have tension, right? So you and these people are having tension. You've outgrown these people. You have the potential to like stand on your own 2 feet without them. So there's tension in between the 2 of you. Not that there hasn't been tension that you've solved before, but this one, it's not up to you to solve this one. In fact, I think some of you might actually need to have somebody apologize to you and not just continuously come for a handout. Okay. Sorry, is the truth. Okay. This is a person. That's a person. Right. All right. Don't worry about how they feel. Worry about how you feel when you're in these environments where these people are ignoring you if you don't give them stuff. Okay, let's see. What else do we need for pile number 2? What else do we need for pile number 2? Beautiful. Yes, pile number 2. Yeah, it is time, babies. It is time. Okay, look at this. They're saying walking away from this situation is going to revive some dreams of yours. It's actually going to revive for a lot of you, even though it seems like it's kind of an okay situation, okay? Like you're supported somewhat, okay? But nothing is better than you supporting your own self. Okay, there's like a satisfaction. Okay, there's a satisfaction to supporting your own self and having the courage to stand on your own. It's lightning outside right now. uh, that's my sign that the gods are with me. So it's talking about like people who were in your life before these people came in, whoever these people are, people who were in your life before, or people who wanted the good for you and you guys were on the same page. They're gonna be coming back, and if you let them come back in, you're gonna achieve a goal much faster than you think you will. Not only that, what I love is the next card. um, okay, because look at these two people. There's these two people, so this is for somebody specific, baby, specific. Okay, uh, for you, the specific person that this is for. Okay, you have two people in your life who suck. Okay, I don't like them. Okay, now this relationship is comfortable, like you have certain benefits, each of you has certain benefits from the other, but they're benefiting way more from you than you're benefiting from them. Okay, so this is saying that you're gonna let them go, like the temptation for you to go back to these people and repeat the cycle again and again, where you sacrifice so much and then you know they end up using you and ignoring you and abusing you and all of that stuff. Okay, so this is talking about you're going to leave them behind. If you leave, if you allow yourself to change in this way, if you for some of you, you're moving apartments, but for the specific people, this tiny group of people, it's saying other people have been waiting for you to leave these people. They know you're comfortable. They want what's best for you, but they also want you to do what's best for you as well. Okay. It takes two to tango, right? So these people are going to be coming back, and you guys are going to be having the time of your lives over here. And because you're going to be joyous and happy and you would have achieved, the freedom from over there, you're never going back to this situation ever again. And I am so proud of you for that. Okay. That takes guts. That takes courage. Please work with the carnelian. Okay. It takes guts. It takes courage to say what you need to say and do what you need to do. And not just lip service. Okay. Doing it with action. None of these signs over here have a lack of action orientation. Okay. What else? One more card. One more card. Yeah. It's saying you don't have to move this month in July, okay? But when you do move, this is what's going to be the outcome. Like you're never going back. You're never going back. Okay, one more card to close out the reading for pile number 2 for July. Is the same card. It is talking about, no, you're not being selfish. Okay, you're not being selfish. You're not being emotionally immature if you want something for yourself. Sacrificing your wants and needs for other people to keep the peace should be on everybody, not just on you. All right, pile number 2. Thank you for watching thus far. Like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to. And I love you. Mwah. I can't wait. Drop it down in the comments. Tell me. Tell me if you've left them behind. Say, I left them. Bye, pile number 2. Good evening, pile number 3, and welcome to your July 2025 Pick a Card reading with me, Anna, from Anna Transylvania's Tarot Room. All right, without further ado, let's get into your reading. First, I want to address all of this, okay? So first, you have, for pile number 3, your significant card is the Moon, which you chose, and it talks about perception, okay? So the Moon is a very interesting planet in that it reflects the light of the sun. Not only that, but the Moon also pulls the tides. So it has like a gravitational pull with the Earth to where it sets the timing of the tides. Okay. And because we have this like sort of kind of wheel that's over here, I'm assuming that, and we'll see if it bears out in the reading, okay? But I am assuming that you guys' manifestations for the month of July, because all of you are kind of getting manifestations in this collective in the month of July and starting in June, actually, okay? So all of you in the month of July are going to need to take a look and really take a long, hard, good look, clear look at how cyclical you are, how money comes in cycles to you, and what are these cycles. So you're really asked to like really pay attention so that you can see something that you haven't seen before. It's really these cards are really talking about, and the green quartz, okay. So the green quartz is a quartz, I don't know if it's been color treated or heat treated. I'm not sure how they make them. I don't know if they even make them. Um, so the green quartz talks about a little bit of clarity and having abundance, okay? Uh, it talks about like going slow and making sure that we understand, okay? And get clarity upon where we can act in our physical and material and financial lives, okay? So how do we make something grow if we don't understand the cycles of the sun and the moon? How do we make something grow, okay? With the green quartz, it's like all about growth and everything like that. It's like a plant, okay? Because it's green, because that's how they classify those things. All right. So you are being asked to please take a look at certain things in your life. So let's see now. I am shuffling off camera, okay? So to recap also, we have the signs of Libra, Capricorn, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Okay, Sagittarius and Pisces share a ruler, which is Jupiter. Okay, is the planet of abundance and money and stuff, and financial well-being. And Libra has a ruler of Venus. And Capricorn, of course, has Saturn, which is a little bit interesting because Saturn is also the lord of supposedly the person who broke up eternal time into chunks to give us seasons. Okay, Saturn is the equivalent of Kronos. All right, I'm gonna take it. All right, for pile number 3, let's see. Pile number 3, that wanted to come out. Maybe it's for somebody specific here, but it flipped up and almost flew over here, so I caught it. Okay, I caught it. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Loving it. Pile number 3. You guys have a good pile today. Okay, so this is for the month of July. Okay, so all of you, almost all of you, got a card like this or like stay in place kind of card. So all of you piles are being told to please stay put this month. Okay, so in July, please stay put. Okay, don't go anywhere, don't do anything, especially you pile number 3, because actually this is very interesting. It is talking about, see how all of this right here is like don't move, don't move, don't move. Okay, and they're like very little movement, so he's holding on for dear life to everything that he's got, to the current present circumstance. Okay, he is just waiting on the tree. He's dangling on the tree over there, trying to get knowledge. Okay, and he is just not moving. There's no velocity, there's nothing. Okay, so all of these cards are no movement cards. So I wonder what happens in between, right in here. Okay, I wonder what happens right in here. All right, so let's get on with the reading. This basically flipped out. Now, these cards over here are telling me that a lot of you are trying to hold on to dear life to circumstances that are like this, okay, that are disappointing and like, you know, I think there's a belief system here of, is this the best that I can do? Like this is the best that I can do and I'm just going to hold on to it. Okay? But you have worked very, very hard. You have worked very, very hard to get to a place where you can actually enjoy your abundance, and you're not enjoying it. And you're not loving it, okay? Some of you are in partnerships and you have worked very hard to have a good partnership, and now you're not allowing yourself to feel the good partnership because of past disappointments that you're holding on to for what? Okay? So it's like the 3 and the 4, and you guys are the ones holding yourselves back because the universe is telling you, because the universe is telling you that the moment of choice has arrived, and the choice is in between good and good, but you're over here going la la la, I'm gonna just stay here, right? So the universe is kind of wanting you to look at this and go, well, like I've been here before to where I didn't take a risk because I chose the bird in the hand, not the 2 in the bush. Okay. And in this case, I don't know what they're gonna tell us, but we're gonna look. Okay. But this is another card that excuse my sunglasses. This is another card that talks about the cyclical nature of things. So right now, for you, it's harvest time, but you're not seeing that it's harvest time. You're not seeing that you're reaping what you sowed, all of the goodness and everything like that that you brought to the people in your life has brought you to a choice where you can choose to stay or go, but staying will just hold you back. Staying comfortable will just hold you back. You have all your ducks in a row. All you have to do is believe in yourself, You've planted the seed, now you have to let it grow. Okay, holding it back, I mean, you don't want to make a bonsai unless you do want to make a bonsai, okay? But making a bonsai is not so bad, right? So in the month of July, you're being asked to please take a look at what happens when you get to a choice that you would love to have in your life, and then you're like, you start giving yourself excuses for why you don't want to make that choice, and then eventually the choice goes away, okay? And you're still waiting there, and you're like, well, what happened? Well, you took too long. Okay, so let's see what is with this 3 of Swords over here. Yeah, see, it's choice anxiety. It is saying that when you make the choice from the point of view of okay, it's talking about risk. So a lot of you have these great cards, okay? This is one of the best cards for abundance, for prosperity. Okay, you have the green quartz, you have the moon, but because you're looking at all of this and you're having like anxiety, choice anxiety, okay, the reason you're having that is because you're trying to choose from the point of view of which one of these choices will least disappoint me. Okay, and you don't know because they're all concealed. See them? All of these choices are concealed. He doesn't know what he's choosing. You can't know if something is going to disappoint you before it does. Okay, and you can't even know if you pick something that you think is going to be disappointed, that is going to disappoint you for sure. You're just playing the odds over here. Capricorn is not one that likes to play the odds. All of the other ones like to play the odds. Okay. All right. So that's what it's saying. Is it's saying you're trying to choose from a point of view of lack. So you're not letting all of this stuff in. No. Jeez. I don't know what it's like. I'm a Sagittarius too, and I don't know what it's like. Like I've always done what I wanted because I'm very willful like that, and I'm just like, oh, frick it, I do what I want, right? And not that I'm always decisive. Okay. All right, so let's see. What's about this Empress? Yeah, it is saying right now it's time for you to reap the benefits. You know, quit trying to pick, quit trying to pick from the point of view of somebody that doesn't have anything, that can get disappointed at any moment. These choices are not disappointing. Recognize that, please. Okay. Quit lying to yourself and just quit keeping that, those disappointing things in place inside yourself. All right, so let's see, how do we move this along? Okay. Say, yeah, stop working on it. You have the opposite of pile number 2, pile number 3, you guys. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, good job. Yeah. It is talking about it is time to walk away from the disappointing circumstances. It has been time for a very long time. Choose to walk a path. Choose a path. Choose to walk a path, okay? For some of you, this is actually a spiritual path, and you're getting brand new spirit guides, and that's why you guys are like not feeling it at the moment, because your new spirit guide has not arrived yet. Okay. But you're being urged to walk away. So all of you in pile number 3, whoever you chose, it is time to stop. It is time to stop working on it. Stop working on it. Working smart, working hard, whatever. And it is time to stop giving to others. Okay, stop giving to the people around you. You guys have to like walk away from certain circumstances that have disappointed you in the past. Okay, it's the 7 and then the 8. So in order for you guys to progress, it requires you putting the burden down, putting the emotional burden down. Okay, because you have the Lovers over here. So for a lot of you, this is like an emotional reading, because you've already broken up with your significant other or whatever. The Emperor is upside down over here, and you're just waiting in between until a new lover comes up. And for you guys, the cards are telling you, don't wait and don't keep looking online or whatever it is that you're doing for another lover. Go about your business, do your thing, Forgive yourself for having to walk away from the previous person. Okay. All right, so let's see what else. Yeah. So I love when I have a responsive collective. So pile number 3, you guys just responded to me and you're like, oh yeah, that person sucked. Oh, it was awful. It was awful. I want to tell you something, pile number 3. Okay, this is something that I tell like my individual clients, but I will tell you, pile number 3. Okay, an Empress can support a page. Okay, so an Empress and a page. An Empress can support the love energy all on her own. Okay, so therefore she can support any kind of energy. Okay, any kind of energy that's with her, she can support. That doesn't mean she does, that means she can. So you guys in pile number 3, you guys are capable of supporting your family on an emotional and physical and, financial level for some of you. Okay. That doesn't mean you should. That means you can. Okay. So for some of you, you had the Emperor. Okay. And you let him go. because he disappointed you, which is fine. Okay. That doesn't mean you can't find another emperor out here, but it requires you to understand how you gave and how you received. Okay. It requires you to see yourself as the person that can support the relationship. And it's like, not just a relationship like this. Okay. So yeah, you all, pile number 3, you guys are the empress. You guys, and even over here, like, you guys have major arcanas. You guys have a vibe. I love you guys. You guys are like just bam, strong people. Okay. So now you got to learn to be gentle. So what else for pile number 3? What are all these upside down things that, like, they're being urged to wait until they make decisions and start seeing themselves in this empress light? Like, you're not. So because the empress can support and does support on an emotional level, like, she's the support of the emperor. Okay, the emperor is the support of the empress as well, right? She can never be at a 5. The empress can never be at a 5. Can she be with somebody? Can she be with a group of people that try to tear her down so that she can be in this poverty situation and everything? Yes, absolutely. She can. Okay. But as soon as she's out of that, she's still an empress. She's an empress again. Okay. Because it has to do with mindset, with abundance mindset. Okay. Your previous person did not have the abundance mindset that you do. But you got to start seeing it. You got to start seeing that it was you. Like, every single choice that you made, as far as partnerships go and jobs and everything like that, it was you that was bringing this type of fertility and, like, abundance and prosperity to the people around you. It wasn't them. Okay. And now they're out on that, proverbial butts. Okay. And you're sitting pretty because of you. They don't deserve anymore. Okay. So here we go. Yes. Yes. So you guys are very responsive. Okay. So y'all are like, but I lost a lot of money, but I lost a lot of stuff. Okay. Like, I'm no longer this merchant woman. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Anna? Like, what are you talking about, all of this money? Okay. What are you talking about? Because right now we're living off of our savings. How am I supposed to see myself as this empress? Because the results speak for themselves. Okay. That's what your cards are saying. They're saying, please stop and take a look. You got to the point where you have to choose in between good, better, and best, not in between bad and worse. Okay. And that's hard because that requires you to give up something good. That might have been disappointing. Okay. So yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys have got to start seeing in your mind's eye the person that you want to be. Okay. The person that you are on the inside. All right. So once you start doing that and give up on the smaller goal, okay, opportunity is going to come in, and it's like somebody with money. Okay. Somebody with money. This could be a job situation. This could be whatever, but they're matching your energy. Okay. Because you have, like, we have Sagittarius here and everything like that. This is the opportunity card. So they're basically matching your energy. They're not as good as you. They're not as good as you, but they can get there because they're a king. Okay. They're not going to drag you down. But it requires for you to understand that you're this empress Okay. So that way, when the King of Pentacles comes, you can be like, oh, I'm not just the wealthy merchant woman, over here. I'm the Empress. That's why he's coming and offering me this thing. Okay. For some of you, it's an actual lover. It's a lover that has money. Okay. And he's recognizing, like recognizes like, and he's recognizing, okay, you and your essence and what you can do for other people. And he's like, I value that. I value the input that's going to make me lots of monies. Lots of monies that's going to, it's beautiful energy. Okay, yeah. Some of you are actually recovering on a health level because you're going to be taking a little bit of a break and, like living off of your savings. But you're going to start seeing that you can always do that. Okay. So some of you are recovering some energy so that you can put some plans into motion. But if you allow yourself to perceive yourself and understand that every single time you've come upon a choice that could have, you said to yourself, I'm going to stay here or whatever. Okay. If you allow yourselves this time to see yourselves as, the wealthy and awesome person inside, you guys are going to start a brand new cycle. Okay. One more card. Yeah. Yes. It's talking about only take the best. Okay. Only take the soulmate. Only take the job that really resonates with that empress that is inside, regardless of gender. Okay. Regardless of gender. You could be a male. I don't care. Okay. The empress is just the most beautiful passive income, rich, self-assured person in the deck. Okay. They're in control, but it's a different type of control. Okay. So what it's talking about, for those of you who are looking for a lover, it's talking about don't take anything but your twin flame. But this is what you have coming in. Some of you are becoming this, some of you are becoming, very much go with the flow, intuition, and everything like that. Having a satisfying emotional life. Some of you are going to have a satisfying, physical life. One more. Yep. Some of you are getting married. That's your marriage partner that's coming in. They want me to veer off and do like a love reading for pile number 3, but I've already stayed too long. So like, share, subscribe. Look, pile number 3. At some point in time, I'm going to be starting a Patreon. Watch out for that. Okay. Okay. Like, share, subscribe. Bye.